Today is the Harris family's last day in Palm Springs. They want to take advantage of it, so Phil has insisted that they get up at 5 a.m. As we look in, they're returning to the hotel after a 2-hour horseback ride.
Gee, Mommy, we've had a wonderful morning. So far, we've played tennis and gone swimming and bicycle riding. What's the next thing planned for us?
Well, I don't know. Let's go back to the room, wake Daddy up, and ask him.
Phyllis, why doesn't Daddy ever get up in the morning?
Oh, he can't on account of his health. He said he has peculiar pigmentation of the skin, and the gamma rays of the morning sun affect his epidermis.
What does that mean?
It's French for beat it, get lost, and let me sleep,
Mommy, why doesn't Daddy ever get up in the morning?
Oh, for a very good reason, children. He says he's like a delicate flower, and the morning sun wilts him.
Why, I thought the sun was good for flowers.
Oh, not your father. He claims he's a jasmine and only blooms at night. I wonder if he's awake yet.
Isn't that Daddy sitting over there by the pool with Uncle Willie?
So it is. Look, girls, you go in and get dressed, and I'll be there in a few minutes. I want to talk to Daddy. I wonder what they're watching so intently. Uh-oh. It's that girl on the diving board in the French bathing suit. I'll sneak up behind them and see just how interested they are.
Philip, isn't she a honey? Get that red hair, that beautiful face, and that voluptuous figure.
Yes, William. But what about her character? Can she carry on an intelligent conversation? Can she cook and sew and keep house?
Who cares with a figure like that?
Wait a minute, are we reading each other's lines?
You're right about that girl, Philip. We men shouldn't be taken in by what appears on the surface. She looks nice from here, but what about her background?
Well, wait till she turns around, we'll find out. You know, Willie, those two-piece bathing suits are really fascinating. So alluring.
Phil!
And that's why they disgust me.
I'll bet you just can't stand the sight of it.
Honey, you're so right. I've been sitting here mortified.
How long have you been sitting here?
Oh, I've been mortified about 3 hours now.
I think that girl looks disgraceful posing there with her bare midriff. Every man in the place is looking.
Yeah. What a spot for a Burma shave ad.
Well, come on, fellas, let's go in for breakfast. Oh, by the way, where's Franky?
Yeah, last time I saw him, a man was selling him a uranium mine for $50.
Now, that sounds like something stupid enough for Franky to fall
Wait a
for.
minute. Remley ain't stupid. He's got more sense than to fall for anything.
Hiya, Curly.
Ah. Hiya, Franklin. I'm glad you showed up. I hear you bought a uranium mine for $50.
Oh, Curly, you don't think I fell for that, do you? I'm not gullible. I have too much sense. Besides, I was busy doing something much more important.
What are you doing?
Watching the flying saucers.
I told you. Lean over here and breathe out, Clyde. You were watching what?
Flying saucers. Don't tell me you're one of the few remaining people who hasn't seen one.
Remley, how many fingers have I got up? Look closely. Now, you were seeing things again.
I am not. I can prove it. I saw a whole squadron of them. In fact, I turned to the guy I was spending the afternoon with and said, "Did you see what I saw?"
And what did the bartender reply?
Well, I wasn't with no bartender.
Oh, Frankie, a lot of people think they've seen flying saucers, but I don't believe it.
I wouldn't believe it either if I hadn't seen those two guys from Mars who were driving it.
Oh, I got to take the strings off his guitar. His music's driving him nuts. Remley, let me get this straight. You saw a flying saucer with two men in it, and right away you knew that they were men from Mars.
Oh, no, not right away. Came out in the course of the conversation.
You talk to the men from Mars?
Well, naturally, I'm no snob. I'll talk to anybody who's nice.
All right.
Do you expect anybody to believe that wild story?
Newspapers believed it. I called them last night and gave them the whole story. It's in every newspaper throughout the country today.
Oh, no, Remley. How can you pull a hoax like that? When that article appears with your name in it, you'll be the laughing stock of the nation. Everybody's going to laugh at you.
Nobody's going to laugh at me.
What makes you so sure?
When I called the papers, I gave them your name.
Oh, Frankie, why did you have to give my name?
You can use the publicity. Look at these headlines. Alice Faye's husband sees flying saucers and talks to men from Mars.
Alice Faye's husband?
Yeah, I got you a little publicity, too. Oh, you should have seen that sight. I was driving along the desert and I saw those flying saucers come shooting from out of nowhere.
Driven by men from Mars?
No.
No?
That part I made up to make the other part sound believable. No, Curly, this is a sight I'll never forget. Those large cylindrical objects flashing through the sky at a terrific speed. And suddenly one plummeted to earth and landed in a burst on the desert. The door opened, and those little men started swarming over the
Hold it, Orson. You saw this saucer land in the desert.
Yeah, and I can prove it. I would have gone out to examine it yesterday, but it was getting dark. I'm going out now. If you'll come with me, I'll show you where it is.
I ain't going.
You better. I told the newspaper men to be here at 2 o'clock to get all the facts. You should be able to describe your flying saucer.
Oh, Remley. The things you get me into, I don't... Oh, all right, I'll go. But you better produce a flying saucer.
Yeah, I will. Alice, you want to come with us?
No. I don't want him to think I'm a kibitzer.
Who?
The two men from Mars. I'll only be in the way when you four start playing canasta.
All right.
Now, don't be facetious, Alice, or I shall not permit you to sing Wilhelmina from that new picture.
What new picture?
The one you're in, Wabash Avenue.
You try to stop her and I'll break your arm. Sing, lover.